All right. Hello there, fellow planeswalkers of the multiverse. Today, I was going to work on a custom creation called Massacre Worm. I think we're all very familiar with Massacre Worm, the magic card. So here, Liliana is going to summon a Massacre Worm. And mostly, not are we just looking at the worm, but really their abilities, Burrow and Tremorsense. And to see if Burrow is broken, and if Tremorsense is broken, and if it works, or if it doesn't work. So, we'll give this a try. So I have, so Liliana goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna summon a Massacre Worm. And it's a squad of only 2 figures. I didn't realize I only had 2. I actually thought I had 3. So she summons the squad. Then it's Jace's turn. Jace summons a squad of illusionary projections. Now it would be the Liliana's turn, and the Massacre Worms can now use their ability Burrow. So it's after moving, but before attacking, you may burrow. So let's say they move. It's kind of interesting. So, like, what if they move adjacent to this guy? I'll try that, right? I'll move that guy up and see if he can become adjacent. So, after moving, but before attacking, you may burrow. Replace the Massacre Worm figure with the Burrow figure to indicate where it is. Massacre Worm may not attack or be attacked while burrowed. And so the thing that I did, and I built, or I've had these figures since before I think I even really started playing this game a lot. I got these for another RPG called Monster of the Week, and we used them for Graboids, Tremor game. So I replaced the figure with the burrowed figure. And the other problem I also just realized was that this is almost like a double space figure. It's just a piece of wood, but it really does take up almost 3 hexes. Anyway, that figure is now burrowed. So, if the way this reads is Tremorsense. While using Burrow, Massacre Worm can move normally, only if it can become engaged to an enemy figure. If it does become unburrowed, replace the burrowed figure with Massacre Worm, and it gets +2 attack. So this is kind of interesting because now that he's burrowed, it doesn't say anything about leaving engagement attacks. Jace's illusionary projections are ranged units, but you think about, any other unit that has an attack of range of 1, they're not going to be able to necessarily attack or damage it. Basically, when he's underground, yeah. Massacre Worm may not attack or be attacked while burrowed. Yeah, so when it's underground, that's it. Alright, so then if I say it's the illusionary projection's turn, these guys can't, even if they leave engagement, are they going to have to take a leaving engagement attack? No, not necessarily, because he's underground. But I don't know how that would work. If he'd pop up and then attack them, but then I'd have to replace the figure with the other figure. So I'm going to say that when they're burrowed, they don't take LEAs. These guys should just walk away. The question that Unhinged Mantile had was, well, what's to stop me from just making a wall of burrowed figures that now any range 1 unit can't get around to the other side to like attack Liliana or something? It really could muck up the battlefield because you can't put your figures here. And the way I think about it now is that this thing actually isn't a single space figure. And these were just, I think these were just piles of rocks that I grabbed from the yard and piled them up with glue. And kept piling them up to make them look like a pile of rocks. So if the illusionary projections do take their turn, they would target this guy, because they can't even target this guy. And then that would be that. Then it would go back to being the Massacre Worms. There would actually be nothing to stop this guy from, because he's burrowed, Tremorsense. While using Burrow, Massacre Worm can move normally only if it can become engaged to an enemy figure. So even if you had like all of your guys in a line trying to protect your planeswalker, the burrowed figure could like burrow underneath, come up, and then Tremorsense, switch, and then get a +2 attack. That'd be 5 hits to their planeswalker, and go right around any kind of like terrain or anybody else trying to block or stop them. Yeah, Tremorsense. So it's really, yeah, and then like that one came up. This other one, he could be he could then become burrowed. So then, if I had one that was getting hit or constantly engaged, this one could be burrowed and not be bothered at all. Let's see here. So the all in all, Burrow is a difficult one. There's nothing to stop you from making a wall of burrowed creatures. Let's see. So what did he say? Range 1 units can't ever attack them, or is it piggybacking off engagement rules where they can be attacked while engaged? Oh, yeah. It's like you'd have to be. Engagement rules. So let's look at the engagement rules. So we bust out the Arena of the Planeswalker guide. I think I'm going to... So I'm going to page 10. It's awesome that I know right where this is. Engage figures. If one of your figures is engaged with one or more figures, your figure may attack only those figures. A figure does not need line of sight to attack a figure that it is engaged with or adjacent to. And because you don't need that line of sight, and they're adjacent or engaged with, I guess that would give figures a fighting chance. But the thing is, for flavor, I mean, I was always thinking that, yeah, you don't know how far down they've burrowed. They're almost untouchable. But I guess piggybacking with the engagement rules, yeah, I mean, ranged units couldn't do anything. But then, as soon as they became adjacent to it, then they can attack it, because, yeah, they're basically shooting into or fighting or stabbing into the ground, trying to stir this thing up or get it to come out, which would be very scary. So, yeah, that's my, I guess, less than 10-minute video about the Massacre Worm. Just trying to think of, like, how this could work. It really makes me think or highlight that, one, I need to fix my card, because I thought I had 3 of these bad boys, but I only have 2. And then the other thing is, I need to fix the figure base. Figure bases are not the same size. The other one's just huge. A little bit of chop saw action or something, or just remake a whole new one and just save these as like ruins, something to just take up space on the battlefield. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, that's the Massacre Worm. I shared this on 9/10 on Tuesday. It's Saturday the 14th. I'm making this video, so thanks for hanging out, watching, and yeah, I'm excited to make more customs and explore what this game could have possibly been up to. Very cool. Take care.